We are back. Baschamania 176, brought to you by our great friends at Attack. If you haven't downloaded the Attack app, you should do that. If you want to level up, if you want to be in better shape, if you want to wrestle better, if you want to look better, Attack is an AI strength and conditioning coach, a nutritionist, mentality mentor, all in one app, an amazing app. Your age, your goals, your program. Download the Attack app today. We got a fun show ahead of us. Cenzo, Luke, how are you guys?
What up? Oh, I'm doing just great.
So today's a fun show because anytime a show stems from a group chat, when you're just talking wrestling, it's as organic as possible. So
that's how we do it.
This is going to be a fun show. Cenzo's in between a lift and practice. Luke is in between a wealth management session.
Gotta get it when I can, baby.
And a life insurance session. He's in his office. All right, let's dive right into the most important topic first. I do not like that the Bills game is moving out of Buffalo.
I mean, I knew you were going to bring that up.
I get it. If you see the photos Buffalo just posted of the stadium, it's bad. But I feel like...
Well, so do you want to see Josh Allen have the ball, or do you want to see Devin Singletary and James Cook have the ball the whole game?
But playing in Buffalo. Browns fans are not happy that it's being moved.
I mean...
Browns fans thought in the weather they had a better shot. Whereas I'm like... Wouldn't you rather not play in Buffalo?
I mean, I don't think it's going to be an issue either way. I think Buffalo is going to run away with that game.
I thought that the last 2 weeks.
Come on now.
Well, I also thought the Eagles were going to destroy the Commanders.
No, that was a trap game. That was such a trap game.
Did you see Alex Smith pick the Commanders? He was the only person on the panel to pick the Commanders.
No, I didn't see that, did he?
And I was like, he's going to be right. The Eagles are losing today.
Yeah, that was a trap game.
LeBron James meme. I knew the whole time. As soon as I saw Taylor Heineke step on the field, I knew it was his day to shine.
He's a gamer.
He is.
He bought his whole offensive line Jordans afterwards. And he said if we keep winning, they're going to get a bunch more.
Dude, I like that every team he beats, he gets like a pair of Jordans in that color's team. Like the team's color in those Jordans. He's going to get green ones now because he just beat us. But sorry, we needed that loss.
Yeah, you guys need it. Same with Buffalo. Says the Tampa boy. If Josh Allen's going to be in a rut, I'd rather he do it in November. Definitely rather Josh Allen go in the rut and come out in time for the playoffs.
Well, you see the Steelers are about to, they just started their win streak, and they'll probably win out, especially, with the Bengals this weekend. I'm looking forward to that one. I'm wearing a Dodgers hat.
You're all over the place.
I'm being as far from Pittsburgh as I can at the moment.
Talking about the Steelers wearing a Dodgers hat in Arizona. little location crisis. All right,
I wore a Steelers hat to the match last night.
I guess we'll start there. We transition to some wrestling talk. My first thought about that duel is I was excited, and Cenzo, you know this. I go to bed at like 8, 9 o'clock. I was excited last night. Like, I'm staying up late tonight. Thursday night football, Arizona State, Missouri duel. And before the duel, there was Pac-12 Insider, whatever, put out a stream. That stream was brutal. I didn't complain too much publicly because it's a free stream. But, they're running commercials over the wrestling. There's no name, score, no time, no nothing. It was such a great duel that was so hard to watch. Luke, did you watch it? Did you see that?
Yeah. I mean, I saw the Bud Light commercial more times than I saw matches. I watched the Bud Light commercial more times than I watched matches.
Did it make you want to have a Bud Light?
It did. I'm going to have a Bud Light today.
Actually, out of principle, I would boycott Bud Light for that. They're literally showing the commercials, and I could hear the commentators talking about the match. That little frustrating.
Oh, that's silly. That's just silly.
It was. I mean, like Bash said, we can't really complain too much because it is a free stream. But
I'd rather pay $10 and just be able to watch the match.
Yeah, for sure.
I'd pay $10-20 and just watch the match. But.
So I got very frustrated. Didn't see too many of the matches. It was one of those things where just
that's brutal.
Yeah, it was hard. What was your overall takeaways of it, Cenzo?
I think Missouri and Arizona State are both like prepared, well coached teams. So I kind of figured it'd be a good duel, and it was a 1-point match, right? Guys that impressed me from the Arizona State side, Jesse Vasquez late takedown, that was awesome. Get that boy some confidence. He that boy can wrestle. Kyle Parker looked good. He's solid. My boy Richie Figueroa, he's figuring it out. That kid's a dog too. And then you see Colton Schultz taking some shots. He hit like 2 high crotches.
Yeah.
Big Colton.
Yeah.
That Eric Thompson effect.
Oh, Eric was cheesing the whole time. He had the biggest smile on his face. Like, I was sitting with McCutcheon, and we were cracking up because we were just like, Colton's like, no one leaves when it's heavyweight, right? Like it's the big show. It's time for the big guy, and he took like 2 double legs, and like it was awesome. And they were nice shots too. But those guys, Arizona State side impressed me. Missouri, obviously Keegan O'Toole looked phenomenal.
Kid is just unreal.
He's very, very good.
Number 5 in my power rankings, which we'll talk about in a few minutes.
I thought you said he was 6. You put him 6.
No, I said Carter 6.
I said they're
interchangeable.
I put him 6.
You put him 6.
I put him 6.
I said 5-6 O'Toole Carter. They're very interchangeable.
All those guys up there are all just really good, so it doesn't like they're all really good. But 65 has some dogs though, so we'll see. And then Peyton Mako. I thought Peyton Mako looked really good too. He wrestled just a very solid match. Jared J. Hughes looked good too, but level of competition wasn't as much. He kind of poured it on a little bit, but yeah, I thought both teams looked pretty solid for this time of the year too. But the one issue I had is I don't like the 2-piece singlet against the non-2-piece singlet. Like we need to keep it consistent. I thought
the same thing. Like I feel like I don't personally like the 2-piece that much, only because I really don't like change, especially on the college level. Like for younger kids, if it helps participation, I'm all for the 2-piece.
Yeah.
It was weird though to see the 2-piece versus singlet. It's like, why didn't they just agree?
Unfair. It's unfair.
Why didn't they
also
just agree to it? And that's not like Arizona State and a lot of their promo material for the year put out singlet photos. So is this, I don't know if you know, Cenzo, is this like a one-off they're doing where it's just like...
Yeah, I think it was just for that match. But I would be mad personally because like if the person I'm wrestling is wearing a singlet and I'm wearing a 2-piece, like they'll be way more slippery than I'll be by the end of the match. Because the 2-piece, like, it collects all the sweat from your arms and stuff like that. And the singlet, it doesn't. So you can't like grab people's arms and legs and stuff. And the 2-piece, like you can more so. So like I would be mad because of that.
Yeah. No, it makes sense. It was definitely like everybody I was texting with about the duel, like that was one thing. Like, is it just me or is it kind of weird one team's wearing a 2-piece and the other isn't?
Visually, I don't care that much. I'm just saying from a competitive standpoint, I personally would be
visually, I don't like it.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought they were cool looking.
That's number 2 for me. Like visually is number 2.
Looking. Good idea, but I mean, if the opposing team was also wearing a 2-piece, it would make more sense, right? But obviously that wasn't the case.
Yeah, like it doesn't look goofy at like who's number 1 when both kids are wearing it.
Right.
Like, it's just like, okay, cool. That's what we decided on tonight.
I thought both teams scrapped pretty hard. I mean, Missouri just always comes out and wrestles hard. Like those guys wrestle really,
Missouri's
really
a good match team.
Yeah, that was technically an upset. I think Arizona State's like 5-6. Missouri was like 3. So
it was 3. It was 3 versus 4, I think.
Yeah,
or
something like that.
5. Yeah.
So Arizona State definitely, and I mean, before the teamer news came out, like Arizona State definitely probably would have been favored, but that's still they're right there. Top 5 team just beat them. That was a great duel. I wish I saw better. I will say that from the clips I saw Sunkist Kids put out and Arizona State Social put out, the atmosphere looked awesome.
It was cool, man.
It did not come across on the stream because the stream was kind of crappy, but the atmosphere looked awesome there. Mullet Arena.
Yeah.
Is that the Coyotes Arena?
No, that's where just the ASU hockey team plays.
Okay.
I think so. Don't like, take that to the bank. I'm new here, but it was cool. I like the venue. It was relatively packed. They could definitely pack that place up though. Make it kind of rowdy. I liked it. I would like to wrestle there.
I feel like later in the season, duels get bigger. There's more anticipation. Wrestlers have more matches under their belt. The matches seem a bit more like they
not in the Pac-12.
Yeah, that's maybe.
I mean, when Penn State wrestled there, it was packed.
Yeah, it was.
What are we talking about here? Like,
yeah. I guess
every single place we wrestled at was packed.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Fair point. Right. He's not wrong.
Yeah. It's hard to compare that, but like Pac-12, like I coached at Pac-12 matches last year. Like that was a pop in Pac-12 match.
Shout out Pac-12.
Electric.
All right. So some other wrestling news. Cenzo World Cup rosters came out this week. You are in for World Cup.
Let's see if I wrestle.
Sounds like you're going to get some matches in. I'm very excited. So you're back at 74 now.
Yeah.
And that's where you're going to stay for a bit, huh?
That's where I'm going to stay. It's the correct weight for me.
Yeah, I think so.
Mm-hmm. It just makes more sense. Olympic weight, and I kind of like weigh the weight class above, so it wouldn't really make sense for me to wrestle the weight class above if that's like what I'm walking around at. So
that to me was like, there's very few people who text me out of any of the wrestlers I talked to, when they're like, "Hey, so I'm going to compete in this." When you texted me, or I think we were actually on the phone, like, I'm excited. I do think the World Cup's going to be an awesome event. We were talking about the rosters because it looks like Japan sending 1 out of their 10 of the world team. Nomad did tweet yesterday something that made sense. What did he say? He was saying about why. Find it.
No, go to Nomad Twitter. I heard that's a great place.
Trying to go through my.
I just want to know what happened to my boy Mike Mal. That's really it.
Mm-hmm.
I heard Willie put out that he got fired. I did see that
I heard he left.
So 6 months ago, he took a coaching job in San Diego, and he was working for Flow remotely. So I'm not sure what the whole story is. Somebody said, like, why did Flow fire Mike Mal? He was my favorite guy there. And Mike Mal quote tweeted it and was like, I might be bringing back wrestling life or something like that. So he didn't necessarily deny it. So it doesn't sound like it was too mutual of a parting. And I think Flow Wrestling stock down. So Nomad said Japan has the Emperor's Cup 2 weeks later, which is the first leg of their 2023 World Team selection process. Iran's Pro League is ending this week, and I believe the Nationals are in January, so we might see a bunch of non-ones from them as well. I don't think it really matters. I think the 1s and 2s, like you look at our depth, and you look
who did Sidakov just lose to?
Iranian.
Who? You said he lost to Iranian 79. That wasn't the Nicodolirian dude. So like that's their backup.
He lost to Savadakui.
That's 79?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not their starter.
Yeah.
So the guy that's one of the pound for pound best wrestlers in the world. Yeah, like there's a lot of good guys everywhere.
Yeah, no, that's why I think like it's still going to be very good competition. And if you look at like, especially internationally, they're 2s and 3s. There's so much depth overseas. I think it's awesome to get to see that, and especially for you guys to feel out. Like if you look at the kid who just beat Yianni, he was like 20, 21 years old. Like these up and comers are tough. Just not.
Well, so is there 79. He's also like 20.
Yeah,
like they're young kids and they're freaking good. They can wrestle.
That kid that Yianni wrestled looked like he can grow though. Like he's got some.
Yeah, he's gonna get big. He's gonna get bigger for sure.
Yianni really wants a rematch with him at the World Cup. They
Hopefully
should be.
Get it. Let's go, Yianni.
They're announcing all the rosters this week, so I'm assuming they're saving Iran for last. They've already announced Mongolia, Ukraine, Japan, U.S. So Iran should be any day now. But yeah, that's going to be good. Cenzo, I'm excited you're competing. Luke, are you going out to Iowa to support your boy?
No, I will be supporting from here in Tampa.
Shoot.
That's where you should be.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Go to where?
I'm going to enjoy the weather.
I just saw a tweet that Lamar Jackson was sick. I'm sorry. That's big news for me. I need to keep that in mind.
Fantasy?
Is he on your fantasy team?
Of course he is.
Oh, my fantasy team's so bad.
Should have got Josh Allen. So we got
all those interceptions. Yeah.
Oh, dude! Wow, shots fired. Okay, here I thought you were like, low key rooting for the Bills. Now
I am. Like, I just got
interceptions. He's a dog. He takes shots. Speaking of taking shots, tomorrow Austin Gomez, Yianni, that's going to be a good match.
I think Yianni's going to take some shots that match.
Noon, I believe, on ESPN Plus, Cornell, Wisconsin, in Ithaca at Cornell. It's going to be a great duel. Austin Gomez went to Mexico last week He won the Grand Prix of Mexico.
Good for him.
And he's going to be it's in pursuit of making the Mexico World team.
That's where Anthony was too.
Yeah. And I'm texting with Austin, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. You're in Mexico. Like, I'm going to put an article up on Rokfin so people know. So put an article up, got a quote from him. I'm putting this whole article about how he's competing and this and that. Never tells me Valencia is also there.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, it would have been cool to tell me other Americans there competing. Like, it would have, put them in the article too. But yeah, so Gomez, he had the loss to Pinheiro, which Cenzo, I don't know.
That's not a bad loss. Pinheiro Johnson's tough.
I agree. And I also think, like, we were talking about Sidakov losing, and you're saying losses aren't that big of a deal. And I do agree. I think, if Sidakov hasn't lost in a couple of years, guy's one of the best in the world. I think that's big. But I also think, like, on the scale of, early season college wrestling losses, if a top guy loses early in the season, I don't necessarily think his stock is down. But the guy who wins, I do think their stock is up because they can get a win.
I agree with you there, and like that'll give Pinheiro Johnson just confidence too to like get better and have better results throughout the year. But no, I don't think taking a loss, like, unless it like affects you mentally, if you're like that. But if not, then I don't see an issue with it. Like, you just learn from it and like figure out ways to grow and get better from that. And I'm sure Sidakov wasn't peaked for that competition, right? I'm sure he wasn't wrestling in that like it was the World Championships or something like that. Probably just get some mat time up a weight class. So I don't see a big deal with it. Just like, like if I were to lose a match in the beginning of the year in college, like, not that I wouldn't care, but it's just like,
well, and I feel like
let's go back to the drawing board.
And what you said too about peaking, especially on the senior level, and I guess college wrestling is the same with peaking in March, but like, even Yianni said, like, he wants a rematch to see where he's at. It's not that he's necessarily going to be peaking like it's the World Championships, but he wants to wrestle him again, try to close the gap and see where he stacks up a second time. It's not the World Championships. It's not the Olympics. So you're not necessarily peaking. I think NCAA season's the same. Like, I want to run through the All-Star Classic in a minute. And it's like, these guys, I don't think they're going to be too upset if they lose, knowing it's in mid-November versus that match in March,
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, like, you never like want to lose, right? Like, that's never like, all right, like, I'm going to go lose this match and figure out like how to win next time. But like, if you're trying something, like seeing if this certain technique works on it, like this individual or something like that, and it doesn't, then it doesn't. That's why it's just like, I think those matches are important. Like, we just talked about, Thomas Gilman lost to Zach Sanders and then got an Olympic medal and then won the World Championships in the same year.
Yeah.
So
I think Seth Gross is a good example too. He takes a lot of losses.
Oh yeah.
Then he goes out
Thomas lost to Gross. Gross lost to Carter Young in the fall last year.
Yeah.
Lost to a freshman in college, and then he made the world team.
Yeah. Was he even a freshman in college at that point in time? He might have been a senior in high school. He was a senior in high school.
I think he was probably going into college, but like, either way.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that the losses in November don't have nearly as much weight because I don't think people are necessarily peaking for him at all. So since I brought up All-Star Classic, let's run through it real quick. We'll make some picks. All-Star Classic is Tuesday night. Kind of, but all the matches were like half the matches changed since then.
Oh, all right. I don't know what I'm doing. Just give me names and I'll rapid
and Luke
fire
wasn't here, and we need his pick since starting this Monday.
Go.
LG's Wrestler of the Week is back, and it's going to be official every Monday. LG's Wrestler of the Week will be announced. The most prominent award you can win.
Who's in the lead right now for this weekend? And is it just college?
Vasquez.
I don't think it has to be just college.
I think it's up to Luke because it's his wrestler.
Okay, fair.
Though
I am the outlet putting it out.
Yeah, I'd probably say college just because I will be paying more attention to that. But obviously, like the World Cup and stuff, I'll look at that. But predominantly college. And right now, Vasquez is definitely in the lead. I mean, we only had 2 matches on Thursday, but that was a great win.
Well, what was the other match?
Parker was good, and Figueroa.
I thought you meant told me
Iowa versus Army. So
was it Iowa's backups versus Army?
No, I mean it was mostly,
like half of them were.
Yeah,
half the half Hawks.
The half Hawks.
The half Hawks.
Patrick Kenny though, everybody
Patrick
said
Kenny's
it.
Good. He's good.
I think Willie's exact words were like he's a caged dog, or he's a dog coming out of a cage, like he's ready to go. And sure enough, early in the season already, and he looks just like
Patrick Kenny's good. Yeah,
he's a fun wrestler to watch.
Because he can wrestle.
Yeah, he's a good wrestler.
That's what I'm saying. Like he can wrestle. He's not just gonna like headbutt you and like squeeze your head.
Yeah. All right, let's go through the All-Star Classic. I want you guys' picks. And we'll go in the order of the matches, bout order. First up, 125, Pat McKee versus Kyson Turking from Iowa State.
I'm gonna go.
Is it a consolation match?
No.
If Pat McKee loses first, then I got Pat McKee all day.
Okay.
He is a dog.
I'm gonna go with Pat McKee because I don't know who the other kid is.
Yeah,
but no offense. Like I just don't know who the other kid is, so I'm going with Pat McKee.
Yeah,
is he
I should know.
I have no clue.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with McKee then. Yeah.
Did this person All-American last year?
I've never heard of them, to be honest. I just copy and pasted the bout order and saw the name.
He might be a freshman.
He's gonna go just tech Pat McKee on takedowns.
That would be crazy.
All right,
Let me look at his wrestle stat.
I like the way McKee wrestles.
He's a sophomore. 18-8 last year.
Give me a significant win.
Okay. 133, Lucas Bird versus Michael McGee.
McHale.
And I got McGee all day.
Yeah, that's not a shocker. ASU bias. LG.
No,
McGee.
McGee's good. He's
very good.
Who was the kid that from Missouri that he wrestled last night? He wrestled tough.
Brown. He wrestled him very well. Like
he wrestled him very tough.
He just game planned the match. Where they had like how he wrestled was how you kind of have to wrestle McGee.
I think it's a close match, like one or 2 points, but I'm gonna go with McGee.
I got McGee by a few takedowns.
Yep. I'll ride with McGee as well. 157. Next up, Bryce Andonian. People are excited to watch him get back to the mat against Michigan's Will Luan.
Andonian.
I think I picked Will Luan last time we did this, and I don't know. That's like a very much a toss up to me.
It's going to be a good match.
I'm gonna stick with Will Luan. I don't know. Like I really have no idea, but I feel like that's a very like contrasting style match.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Andonian. I think he's ready to go. I think he's gonna be hyped up for this one.
I'm just going against the guy who shoots, who has offense, like goes after it. I'm gonna go with Andonian. He'll make things happen.
Yeah, he does. All right, he doesn't like shoot a ton, but
he creates action though.
He'll put you on his legs and do some cool shit.
Yeah, he'll make things happen.
Yeah.
All right, next up, Cole Matthews versus Real Woods, 141 pounds.
I'm gonna go with Cole.
Cool. I'll go with Real.
Yeah, I knew you were going to. I'm gonna go with Cole.
I got Real Woods by like 3-2. Like Real's gonna get like a go behind and then ride him for a little bit, and then Cole's gonna have to score. And
they're the 1 and 2 ranked wrestlers right now, 41, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
That weight class is open, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesse just beat Hart, so that's. I don't know.
Cole's really tough on top. So, I mean, I know Real is too.
So is Real.
I was just about to say, I know Real is too, but I don't know. I like the way.
I'd watch
like
Real Woods just ride Grant for however long you want.
Why are you throwing Grant under the bus like that?
Because it was funny.
Grant
he would just get flustered. I'm sorry, buddy.
I'm gonna go Real with this one. I think he's ready to go. He hasn't wrestled yet for Iowa, right? I don't think he wrestled last night.
The half Hawks. Nah.
Yeah, I don't think he's wrestled yet.
I want to see him wrestle, man.
This is gonna be his debut in a Hawkeye singlet. I'm gonna go Real Woods.
Let's go.
I think it should be a good one. There's a couple women's matches that I honestly don't know the competitors, so I'm gonna skip those two. 49-pound Sammy Sasso versus Austin Gomez. This kid's going Yianni and Sammy Sasso within 3 days.
I mean, that's
both lost to freshmen already this year.
Crazy. Yeah.
Both lost to freshmen.
I'm going Gomez.
I picked Sasso originally, and I can't flip on my boy right now. I'm gonna stick with the slime.
The slime. I mean, he's a D11 boy too. I was gonna go with Sasso. I mean, he did take that loss. I mean, that Henson kid's tough, right? And I think for Sammy, that's kind of like, all right, get back to the room, focus on what he needs to. Yeah,
he beat Sammy Sasso beat Alec Pantaleo at the World Team Trials, like the number 7 ranked wrestler in the world, and then he lost to a true freshman.
That's the sport of wrestling, man.
It's a weird sport, bro.
Yeah, I do like Sammy in this match. It is like a contrast of styles too there, right? I mean,
well, Gomez beat him twice last year?
Yeah.
So I think Yianni's going to win tomorrow, and I think that's going to fire up Gomez because that'll be 2 early losses, the loss to Pinheiro and now Yianni, and I think he's going to be very, very hungry and ready Tuesday night. So I'm going with Gomez Tuesday night.
I like that they both
I'm just dissing Austin Gomez, but I'm an Austin Gomez fan.
Yeah, it's hard not to. The kid goes out there and just gives it his all every time. You know, it's going to be a fun match.
I like that both of them don't shy away. Like, they don't miss matches against tough competition. Like, they're always making weight in wrestling. Like, it doesn't matter who steps on the line. I like both of them. I'm just gonna go with District 11 and Sasso.
Also, fun fact for Baschamania.
Sasso Chamberlain.
Sasso Chamberlain, baby.
Fun Baschamania fact. Gomez came on here to retire.
He did. He did. We're like,
I'm glad he's back, dude. He seems to be doing healthy. Like, obviously competing was, you never want to mess around with concussions and head injuries. Yeah. Like, obviously coming back was the right move. He's had no issues. Knock on wood. Like, everything's been great. Yeah.
If that kid's healthy, he belongs on a wrestling mat. Like, he's good. Yeah.
Very glad he decided to come back. So, all right, I guess I'm a lone wolf here taking Gomez. Next up at 84, Aaron Brooks, no bias among these 3 guests, versus Parker. I think this is going to be a great, great match.
It was last year, too. They had a good match last year also. I got Aaron by a takedown. Like, that's really it. I think it's going to be very similar to last year. Like,
AB all day.
Parker's tricky. Aaron's very good.
AB all day, just like his handle.
Aaron's a top 5 pound-for-pound guy in college. You know, I think Parker is a very, very tough competitor. Like you said, I think it's going to be a closer match. I don't think it's going to go out there and, you know.
That match is always going to be close. I mean, Parker's tough, wrestles him tough, and it's very hard for Aaron to score the way he does against other opponents against him. And Parker's got some slick stuff. Like, if you actually go back and look at some of his matches, like, he actually has really nice technique. It's just like his style, he doesn't really show it, whereas some other styles you can see the slickness, but he's got some good stuff. But like I said, I mean, no bias, but AB all day.
Yeah, no, I think AB all day.
Zero bias, but
no bias here, guys. We keep things neutral. All right, next up at 65, Dean Hamidi versus Keegan O'Toole. It's hard for me not to pick O'Toole after what he did to Tony last night. 17-1 tech fall.
I'd pick O'Toole either way.
Yeah, I think Hamidi's an amazing wrestler, but I think O'Toole is just on a different level. Again, a top 5 guy in the sport.
Are we going to see a pin for bonus points in that match?
We're definitely going to see a cradle. Whether or not it gets called the pin, I'm not sure. But like last night, it's crazy how fast that kid just gets points.
So they use Rokfin? the computer,
really,
like the wrestling stat.
He's really good at just locking up that cradle. I need to watch it. He got long arms. He's good at locking it up, and once he locks it, he cinches it, and then you're going to your back. So I want to give Keegan O'Toole bonus points. I think I do. I think I want to give Keegan O'Toole bonus points here.
I can see that.
Yeah. I mean, wrestling stat prediction has Hamidi by decision 9-6.
Over O'Toole?
Over O'Toole?
It's on
That formula's broke.
Yeah, it's on Rokfin. It says Hamidi by decision 9-6. Yeah, not a miss.
Like actual wrestle stat.
I'm just looking at the matches. Relax. But I'm
gonna stat has been very glitchy for me. You have to log in now to view like wins and losses, and when I log in, it just tells me again to log in, even though I'm logged in. If you're listening Wrestle Stat, you got to fix that glitch. Even if you're logged in, it's telling you to log in. But I love the work you're doing. So
yeah, for real. We love you, but we hate you.
No hate.
No hate here.
All right. So yeah, I mean, so Luke, what's your official prediction there outside of formulas that you're reading?
O'Toole, for sure.
All right, O'Toole. Sure. Couple more women's matches. One I am actually very excited about: Peyton Prusen versus Emily Shilson. Rooting big time here for Peyton. I'm riding with her. I think she's gonna get the W. Shilson's tough. She's fun to watch.
Yeah, I don't know enough to comment on this. I haven't watched enough women.
All right, so just blind bias to McCutcheon and Life University and Peyton then.
Peyton.
Yeah, Peyton.
Let's go Peyton.
All right.
Let's go Peyton.
Let's go Peyton. We're all on Peyton on Baschamania. All right, speaking of
I got a Life U shirt on over there somewhere.
Yeah, I got one right there. All right, speaking of Baschmania bias, none here. David Carr versus Quincy Monday, another 65-pound match. Excited for this. I've got Carr. I don't think he's losing this year.
That's a good match.
You don't think Carr's losing this year?
If he does, he'll be in the finals to O'Toole. But other than that, no.
What about Griffith?
The disrespect to Shane Griffith.
I said what I said.
I know you said what you said. All right. I heard you say what you said.
Shane lost his secret weapon.
If anything, I held him back. He won it, then I got there, and then he didn't.
That was God's plan to staying for wrestling. That had nothing to do with you or you not there the year before.
No, I was holding him back.
All right, so Carr's not going to lose a match this year. If he does, Carr O'Toole is my NCAA finals prediction, and I think Carr is. I mean, Carr and O'Toole are both junior world champions. If anybody takes out O'Toole, I think it's going to be Carr. But I am very high on Carr this year.
All right, so David and Quincy.
A good match.
That's a great match.
I'll go with my pick. You said Carr's not losing a match. I'm going to go Quincy on this one. I like the way Quincy wrestles too. And he's
so do I, man.
What's the formula, Luke? What's the formula?
It's a great match.
What's the wrestle stat formula?
What's the prediction on WrestleStat?
Actually, it's not on here. Their match.
Faulty formula.
Yeah,
I got David Carr in this match, but I don't think he's going to go undefeated. But I think he's going to win this match.
Okay. Yeah.
Quincy's also wrestling 57 this year, and Carr's wrestling 65.
So you think Quincy will be a little undersized for this match?
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I don't think so. He's a pretty big kid.
But he's wrestling they're two different weights, you know?
Give me Quincy.
Yeah. Bad pick.
All right.
Hope you pick stocks better. All right, next match at 97, Jacob Warner versus Rocky Elam. This is gonna be a great match.
I picked Warner originally, and I'm going with Elam now.
Interesting. That's why we do this twice.
Yeah.
So you can say you're right no matter what. Just take the clip from which guy you picked.
Exactly. And for no reason at all.
I'm going Warner.
Just because that's what I feel like doing. That's a good pick.
Yeah,
I picked him once.
He's won the last 2 times. I mean, he's tough. I think he has the edge over him right now. So I'm gonna go him. Not saying it won't happen in March that he can lose to him, but this match I'm going to go with.
Luke, look into the future. Crystal ball. You should be with Willie.
So you're going with Warren?
Yeah.
Warner? Yeah. Yeah, I like that pick.
Warren.
All right. No bias here at heavyweight is Kirk Vliet of Penn State versus Cassiope of Iowa. I'm gonna shock you guys when I pick here.
You're gonna say what, Cassiope?
Big Greg.
Yeah. Big Greg, baby.
I just is he gonna get over the hump and beat this dude?
So you mentioned earlier with Colton Schultz how we have a different genre of heavyweights now. It's heavyweights that like you stick around to watch. And if you look at Colton Schultz, Big Tone Cassiope, Big Greg Kirk Vliet, Mason Paris, we are in an era where heavyweights are one of the weights you look the most forward to. I think this year is that much more interesting when Big Greg starts it off, taking out Cassiope.
And without Gable, it's like actually interesting because there's a few guys that can win.
Yeah. I think the top 4 guys in theory could win. You can make an argument for those top 4 guys winning.
I agree, especially like I'm gonna be honest, like if Cassiope and Colton wrestle, like I'm gonna pick Colton every time. But like I think someone else might be able to take, like if Colton loses to Greg or something like that too, Cassiope could beat Greg, you know.
Yeah.
He can win that's why I think any of those guys can win it also.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm obviously going with Big Greg. I'm going with Big Greg. I think he gets it done this time. Right? Just I don't know, those last few matches.
Based off of being Big and Greg.
I mean, there's a shot. There's a shot.
So good. He's so good, dude. Like if he just wrestles like he knows how to, like he would.
He's so good.
Yeah, like
Greg wrestles like a guy who's 40 pounds lighter than a heavyweight.
He does.
He even looks at that. His frame looks like you just took a 174 guy and stretched him out like a video game.
Yeah, just kind of like made him bigger.
But the Cassiope just looks so stiff when he wrestles to me. Like Greg is like a little bit fluid. Like his shots are so good. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like if Greg can just continue to shoot on him, like he beats him.
I don't disagree with you, but
Cassiope wrestles through every position. That's why he wins matches. He wrestles through.
And Cassiope's getting better and better.
Yeah.
Like he's in a very good room, getting better and better. And these guys could wrestle 4 times this year. They could wrestle at the Penn State
Let's do it.
Iowa duel. They could wrestle at Big Tens. They could wrestle at NCAAs. You could see this match potentially.
Where's the Penn State Iowa duel this year?
At Penn State.
When
Bryce
is it?
Jordan.
January 28th.
Damn it.
Can't go.
I will not be attending.
I won't be attending that either.
No, I'll be dressing up as a pirate that day. Down here.
Gasparilla.
Yeah. Oh but I'll be watching on my phone.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm at like a ranking event or something and not dressed up as a pirate with you.
Yeah, no. Leave that to me. I'll be dressed up as a pirate.
Oh my gosh. All
that's
right.
3 for Big Greg. And the final match of the night, Carter Starocki versus Mekhi Lewis. I think this is going to be a great match. Carter is my pick. I think the kid has ice in his veins. I think it's going to be a very close match that's worthy of being the main event. I think Carter wins a close one.
It's not going to be as close as NCAAs. I mean, like it's like no match literally can be as close as that match was. But I think he gets it done in regulation. I think it's going to be a good match too. But I got Carter. He's really good at wrestling.
I'm going to go Carter by 3 or 4 points.
Yeah.
I got Carter by 3 or 4 points.
I might also like it's. I don't know.
I like Carter's style. I think he's always trying to score. Like he's just wrestling, dude, and he wrestles through every position too.
He does. That's what makes him good too. And he's
I
don't know.
When he wrestles against people too, it just always looks like he wants it a little bit more.
Yeah.
To me, like anytime he wrestles like anybody, it just seems like he wants it a little bit more, and I think I just give the edge to him. Like his confidence is through the roof.
I think it's as you said. I think it's a great match to wrap it up with.
Let me also throw this stat at you guys. Mekhi Lewis has never lost a match in college by more than 2 points. So do you think this is the first time?
It might be. Like it might be. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be a takedown, maybe 2. I don't know. Like, but if you're Carter, like, there's absolutely if you're winning against a guy like Mackay, there's absolutely no need to go chase down another takedown because his reattacks are so good. So like it's just like it's gonna depend on how like the flow of the match, and
they're both stingy. Like they both give up points. Like they're both extremely hard to score on.
They're both really good.
Yeah, I think it's a takedown and an escape.
I wouldn't put if Carter wins this match, I don't put Mackay's stock down.
No,
but if Carter wins by 3 or 4, I definitely put Carter's stock up.
Yeah, I mean, like I know a lot of, like we said before, like Carter doesn't get all like the love necessarily because he wins close matches, but like winning close matches is hard to do, and it's very important. I think he's gonna start. Well, I mean, like he blew a couple matches open last year. Like his semis match at Nationals wasn't close. Just things like that.
That
like
was his 10-3 win over Hidley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to say any names or anything, but like he can't do that. He's beaten good senior level wrestlers, you know.
Yep.
Like he's beaten better senior level wrestlers than most college guys have, like for sure.
I think it's important on the mat too, like who's going to be able to ride a little longer. I mean, Carter's pretty dang tough.
That's what it came down to.
Yeah. So if Carter can, get a takedown, ride him for 30 seconds, and then, second period, ride him for another 30, get that minute of riding time, I think that's it. That might separate the match too a little bit, right? So
what do you guys think the implication is on this? Was very weird. I don't think there's going to be many fans at all. This is in Flow's like headquarters in like basically a streaming center. Like they built a little venue inside of their old Flow Wrestling headquarters to stream events. So there's not going to be like, they didn't sell any tickets. So I'm sure they invited some people or some people are going, but there's not going to be that big fan base there. Not even just this match, but how do you guys think that affects the rest of the matches? Where it's crazy to me that you have some of these matches.
It hurts the Penn State guys.
Like there's no fans. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, I think it hurts the Penn State guys because they're used to fans at their matches.
I mean, I think fans do play a big part in the atmosphere.
It feels so weird whenever you go wrestle somewhere and there's no one there.
Well, like how was NCAAs when it was COVID, right? And there was like only families, like that had to be extremely weird. And they were playing like fans over the loudspeakers, right? Like it was just weird. But hey, you still got to show up and compete, right? So,
I just don't know who came up with that.
Well, they're very corporate now, right? Like it's not really
just like you.
Yeah, corporate Luke, corporate Flow.
Corporate. Yeah.
Man, this corporate world, Cenzo and I just chilling in sweatshirts. That's
Mike
life.
Mike Mal had enough, man. That's what he said.
Wow, that's the official word.
Yeah, he said, "What up, man? I'm totally fine." I said, "I know you." I said, "I know you are, bro."
Good to hear that.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some stuff going on.
That's going to be Tuesday night.
What do we got this weekend?
So there's not a heck of a lot. You got Cornell, Wisconsin tomorrow. It's going to be fun. You got the Keystone Classic in Pennsylvania going on.
There's some good weight. 49 for a Keystone Classic.
If you're in the Philly area, you should get to that. I think Burroughs is doing a clinic there. It's definitely a great event to go to if you're in the area. And it's on Flow. So tune in on the Flow. There's going to be some good matches there. Black Knight Open. Penn State's going there on Sunday.
Yeah.
Penn State entering multiple kids at 25 and 65.
Wow.
That'll be a good tournament for Van Ness too. There's a couple of red guys there that he'll be competing against. So it'll be a good test for him to see where he's at.
This is why we need Luke on here because he knows that he's a Penn State fan. So
I'm more intrigued by this 149 weight class.
I'm going down the West Coast.
Who's there, Luke?
Yeah, who's
at Keystone, Milner, Doug Zaff, Caleb Henson, and Quinn Kinner. I mean,
Caleb Henson and Doug Zapp is a match I want to see.
Yeah, that would be a good match.
I'm high on the potential of Doug Zapp.
Say all of them again.
Milner, Zapp, Henson, and
Isn't Milner ranked like second right now?
Yes. Dude,
give me Doug Zapp.
I was just about to say, give me Zapp. I like Zapp.
Give me Doug Zapp.
He wrestles hard.
He shoved my face in the mat when we wrestled a match at the Last Chance qualifier a few years ago. He took me down at the end of the first period. I kind of slipped, but I gave it to him. He took me down, and then time was running out, and he shoved my face in the mat. I was like, man.
I'm looking at Intermat's rankings. Milner's 5, just an FYI, and Doug's 9.
Well, they have
give me Dougie.
15th.
Yeah, give me Doug. Give me Doug for take the whole thing. It's in Doug's backyard. It's in Philly.
What about the Farrell? You got some Farrell picks?
Farrell's going to be awesome.
I got Nick Lee winning every weight class.
Yeah, Nick Lee. I heard a rumor that Nick Lee was going to enter the weight above and below him because there's not enough competition at his weight.
I heard that too.
Who's wrestling there? Like, I don't even know.
I'll go through. We got a couple minutes before Chenzo's got to leave.
There's some good wrestlers there.
57, not a heck of a lot going on. Zane Richards is probably going to easily win that weight. 61 should be fun. Nashon Garrett, Joey Silva, Shelton Mack, Austin DeSanto should all be there.
Ooh.
That is pretty. Where is
I'm
Joey
gonna watch
Silva?
that? Scarlet Knights. He's at the Scarlet Knights RTC Jersey.
So he's not competing college anymore. He's just strictly training.
I believe so. Yeah,
he hasn't been doing college for a little bit.
Yeah,
I remember seeing him at Michigan. All right, cool.
So I'm interested to see DeSanto there. 65. You got Matt Kolodzik, Josh Feinsilver, Anthony Ashnault, Nick Lee, Dean Heil, Pat Lugo, some others. I think Nick Lee's gonna. Surprised Ashnault's back down at 65.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm excited to see Ashnault, especially he switched clubs too. He's at NYRTC and down a weight.
Yeah,
I'm excited to see what he got there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anthony Ashnault hasn't quite been able to find his groove. I think if he does, I think he's like.
That's my finals match prediction: is Ashnault, Nick Lee.
Yeah.
If they're on opposite, unless they're on the same side, then it's not.
Nice, Nick Lee.
Yeah, I mean, unless they put. I mean, Nick Lee's definitely got to be the 1 seed. So I'm assuming Ashnault and Pat Lugo will be the 2-3. I would think.
What about Kolodzik?
I think Nick Lee's the 1.
What's the ranking based on?
Didn't Kolodzik beat Henderson at the Open last year?
I don't know. I can't remember that.
I don't know.
I think he teched them, like whooped them, wow. and then Hendo made final X.
That could be interesting. You could be right. I'm pulling.
Maybe I'm thinking of a different match.
No, 65 kilo semis. Let's skip to the end of the video. See what the score was. You could very well be right.
Tell me I'm right. What a brain.
Low video will not load.
That's a big brain.
I guess we'll never know.
Yeah.
I remember strictly the most random things like that. Like I wasn't even focusing on that at the time. I was about to wrestle.
I was just gonna say you're like a couple minutes later. Yeah. So 65 should be good. 70 Ian Parker, Cody Chittum is there, which should be good.
Cody Chittum.
Luthical.
Yep. Let's go.
I think there was
Cody Chittum.
I don't know 100. Those are basically 2 guys. USA Wrestling did add 100 foreigners, and I'm just not well versed to go through and recognize some of these names.
Can you try to say all their names?
There's a lot of Kazakhstan guys going. So
give me Cody there for sure. I like Cody.
Cody, yep, I like that. 74, you got Mitch Feinsilver, Caleb Young, Isaiah White, Joey LaValle, Tommy Gant. You got some guys here.
LaValle Gant.
Yep. Let's see, 79, Taylor Luan, David McFadden, Alex Marinelli, Evan Wick. It's a pretty good weight. Those 4.
Give me Dave.
Yeah.
This was very interesting. Bajrang was entered at 79 kilos.
Wow.
I saw that.
And I texted.
I didn't think that was correct.
So Vinay Sawach. I'm probably not saying his name right. The Vinay. I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but he's an Indian guy. Works for WWE now. He's like knows everything about India.
Good.
He said Bajrang was planning on going, but could not fit it into his schedule. So he's like, I don't know about the weight, but so yeah, that makes no sense to me. Yeah, it makes no sense.
70 and 74.
Like that had to be a typo. I'm assuming.
Maybe he thought JB was going because it's in Philly, and he was like, you know what?
Might as well bump up.
Let's go wrestle JB.
I mean,
quick.
He did get like Yianni teched him at the World Championship, so that weight cut may be like 65, but 65 to 79 is a huge jump.
Maybe Yianni's just that guy.
Yeah, no, Yanni's definitely just that guy. 86, not a heck of a lot. Quentin Perez, Muhammad McBride.
Let's go, cute.
Wait a minute. Here's another guy you guys might know at 86 kilos. Morgan McIntosh.
Oh yeah, no, I saw that. I got Morgan.
Yeah.
And like that's a biased pick, but he's damn good at wrestling.
And he was just at the World Championships as a training partner. Like he's
been at NOWC for a little bit.
Yep.
That's a guy I personally wouldn't want to wrestle.
No.
I'm surprised he's at 86 though.
I thought he'd be going 92 right now also.
Yeah, that seems like a little bit of a cut.
Or just
we'll find out.
Read the room, bro.
So 92, Eric Schultz, Tim Dudley. That's pretty much it.
Schultz.
97.
Wait, Schultz and Dudley, both Nebraska guys?
Yeah.
That was interesting.
John Aiello at 92 too. He's pretty good.
I got Aiello then, never mind.
97. Michael
just got married a little bit ago.
97 looks pretty lackluster, but we do got
Ben Honus in there.
We do not have Ben Honus, but we do have Mike Mock, and I always love when Mike Mock is in a tournament. He's the man.
Yeah, he'll talk your ear off while he's wrestling you.
He's the man. Shout out Mock.
He is the man. Shout out
125 is like the biggest weight, like entry wise. You got Jordan 1 in there, Yusuf Hamidia in there, Christian Lance, Dom Bradley, Demetrius Thomas, Saran Francisco, Derek White, and Nick Gwiz.
Give me Gwiz.
I'm going Gwiz, but that is a good amount of guys.
Yeah, big Meech in there.
Big Meech.
We like Big Meech. But yeah, give me Gwiz. Like, why is that the most exciting bracket?
No, it's not the most exciting. I'm saying there's a lot of guys entered. It's like the most guys in the weight.
Yeah, okay. But it might end up being the most exciting if you're into watching heavyweight wrestling. But
I think
maybe intriguing results. That's probably like a better word for it.
No, like I don't think it's that intriguing.
I'm interested to see the results there.
Yeah, everybody's interested to see the results. But I'm going Gwiz and Derek White in the finals there.
I like that. That's a good pick.
I think Dom Bradley versus Gwiz in the finals.
Dom Bradley.
This has to be his like 15th Bill Farrell.
Experience.
I mean,
getting that XP, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a Bill Farrell. I think wrestling is only like 10-4 tomorrow. I think the schedule called for.
Hey, Chiefs rolled out Juju for Sunday. I love that. I'll just read you guys football updates while we're doing this. So Chiefs rolled out Juju. So if you got Kadarius Toney in your leagues, play him because McCole Hardman's also out. Or MVS. I play MVS too this week.
But did Buffalo make it out of Buffalo?
I don't know.
To Detroit.
If Schefter tweets it, I see it.
That is going to be. It's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what Buffalo fans make out to Detroit because the weather is atrocious. But it's only a 4-hour drive from Buffalo and a 2.5-3 hour ride from Cleveland.
It will be packed with Buffalo fans. They'll find a way.
I mean, literally, like the expressway is closed right now. Like the
they'll find a way.
expressway is literally closed.
They'll just like all like march there together.
They're not going to follow orders. Like
No.
they'll drive off the expressway and get back on to go there. And it's, I mean, you're going to get, if you stay there, I guess, 2 games in 5 days because they play the Browns, now Detroit, and then they play the Lions on Thanksgiving at 12:30. Thanksgiving slate of football.
Aren't they just going to stay there?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
But we have on Thanksgiving, we get Bills Lions at 12:30, and then Cowboys Giants at 4:30, and then Patriots Vikings at 8:30.
You just made me really happy.
Yeah, that's going to be a slate of football.
That's a great day.
Yeah, my early picks are Buffalo, Cowboys, Patriots.
I got the G, man, because Dak just doesn't look like he wants to throw the ball to the correct place.
No,
right
Cowboys.
Now.
I had the Cowboys last week in a parlay that I thought could not lose, and everything hitting it when they were up like 28-14. It was like over 35 points. Joe Pollard scored a touchdown. The only thing that was in there that needed to hit was Dallas -4.5, and they were up 28-14. The level of angst when they lose 31-28 just sucked. But I think the Cowboys will bounce back. I'm just not sold the Giants are like the team that they're.
I might have made every pick that I made on this show today might have been correct. Like just thinking back on it, like I just went risky with everything. I'm gonna keep that. Let's go Lions over the Bills. I'm joking. I'm joking there. I'm joking there. Wait, so Vikings Patriots.
Patriots 3-point favorite, I think.
The Cowboys are favored over the Vikings this weekend, right?
Cowboys are a 7-point favorite over the Giants.
No, I'm talking like on this upcoming Sunday.
Oh, you said Lions Bills. I thought we were talking Thanksgiving.
Hold on one second.
Lions played the Giants Sunday.
Giants.
Yeah.
Giants there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here.
Bills are 7.5-point favorites over Browns.
Cowboys at Vikings this Sunday. I'm pretty sure the Cowboys are -1.
-1.5 right now.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna go Vikes.
Vegas knows. Vegas is baiting you.
I know.
They're
Vegas absolutely baiting me.
Yeah, don't take the cheese. Don't take the cheese. Bills early line against the Lions -10.
I always take the shiny stuff.
Oh, I was wrong. Vikings are a 3-point favorite over Patriots.
Yeah, that makes way more sense.
Yeah.
But maybe that line will change after this week. But, boys, I got to run. It's been an absolute pleasure.
All right, we'll save the pound-for-pound power rankings for the next time.
All right, we could do that.
All right.
After some more matches.
Let's get a couple more matches in. Yeah, it's like college football rankings after two weeks.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Like, no one's even wrestled yet.
Right.
Luke, stay sharp, bud.
Literally 2 of the top 5 guys, Yianni and Spencer, have not wrestled yet.
Yeah, like
all right, that's Baschamania 176. Thanks for joining us, Luke. See you guys.
See you guys.
And the beat goes on.